We're going to do a little Yin Yoga practice today with gentle warm-ups and all of those wonderful things included in our teaching today. So I'm just going to open the space. With my tinksa bells. Love tinksa bells. And then we're going to pull a card from it's autumn right now still, as you can tell from the decorations. And we're almost to Halloween. And I love Halloween, as I might have mentioned before. So I have my Witchling deck today, Witchlings, a lovely deck. It's so beautiful. I love the illustrations. And we're just going to, pull at least one card, maybe more. Let's see. Aura. A healthy aura keeps your energy in balance and harmony. So it really is. It speaks to your frequency, your vibration, to make sure that you're having good energetic hygiene, balancing all of your chakras, at least the 7 main chakras in your body, and then sending that energy clearing throughout your entire aura, calling on your angels to help you, calling on divine energy, bringing in visualizations, which is most powerful for me. I'm very visual. I love to visualize pink, unconditionally loving energy in my aura, blue, peaceful, angelic energy, golden, highest godlight energy, and then a beautiful white light energy for purification and highest energy of all. So that's just speaking to making sure that you're doing this. And every day, if you can't do it when you wake up, which is like the optimal kind, because it just optimal time of the day, just because it just sets the tone for the day, do it before you get out of bed. Then you're good. But if you can't, do it sometime throughout the day or when you're going to sleep. Just do it. When you're going to sleep, call all of your energy back to you that you've sent out throughout the day, so that you're filled all back up again. All the cords you might have sent out with your thoughts and all the people you interacted with, just call it all back into you now. Release all that no longer serves you and just bring yourself back to center. And then you're all filled up again. So I was drawn to pull one more card. Cleansing. More about cleansing, right? So appropriate. Energy cleansing creates a healthy and harmonious space in which we thrive. So it has a picture of our beautiful witchy girl with her owl that's always on every card in the deck. And she's holding a broom. So it's so funny because I just swept this space, which is also a very beautiful way of energetically clearing your space, paving the way for more beautiful energies to come in. You don't want the energy to grow stagnant. Just like our animals, like cats will go into corners of the room because they can feel where the energy is stagnant. And then if you add movement to that stagnancy, you release any of that ick. So cats and animals bring that, and they also take negative energy and all of that high, just the ups and downs of our emotions. They take some of that. That's like the pets that we own that are living with us, they take our energy and they transmute anything that's icky. So it's also helpful to cleanse them, send them a little light and healing and love. Just your love is healing. So just give them love, because that's what part of their service with us is. That's just what they do naturally. Okay. Whew. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. I'm so glad I have it as a part of my many decks. Okay. So we're going to get started. Today, you're going to start in reclining Baddha Konasana. Now, if this isn't possible, you can just do Shavasana. But we're bringing the soles of the feet together, knees splayed out. So if you have a bolster or a blanket, place it under here. So roll up the blanket so it's kind of like that bolster, but make it comfortable for you. This is a smaller bolster, but they have really big ones that might make this part more intense. So what you're going to do, soles of the feet together, knees splayed out, lie back on that bolster. So a smaller one will be less intense, and make sure you can rest your head comfortably. If not, you might want to bring it up higher, like add an extra blanket right under your head, because you want to make sure there's a natural curve in your head. So here I'm just kind of modifying working with what I have so that my head is supported here. If you're really tight in your hips, take your blocks, place them under your hips, and have your arms at your sides. Relax them. Palms are facing up. Close your eyes. Take a few deep, cleansing breaths. If you had your blocks under your thighs, those outer thighs there, remove the blocks. If you feel like your legs and inner thighs and hips have warmed up a little, have been able to open up more, you can just slide them out a little or completely. Just listen to your body and relax. Taking nice, deep, cleansing breaths. Call all of your energy back into you now. Call it to present time. Focus on your breath. Allow your breath to bring you into this present moment. No longer worrying about the past or the future. Just being right here, right now. Give yourself permission to be right here, fully and completely, relaxing. With your eyes closed, continuing to breathe deeply, focus on what your intention is for practice today. Perhaps it's an affirmation such as, may I be peaceful, or may I live my life with ease and well-being. And perhaps for our group intention today, we can focus on our third eye, the center of our forehead. As you focus here, with your eyes closed, take your gaze up to your third eye. You may feel a gentle pressure here. Your third eye is indigo in color, designates clarity of thought, intuition. As you focus here, you're clearing away the cobwebs, just focusing on being more in tune, more in touch with the guidance you receive from your higher self, from your guides and angels and archangels. Allow yourself to hear those whispers so that when you continue to receive that gentle guidance, you'll hear it more clearly, even more so the more you practice with it and listen. And really, those little things that say, go left instead of right, take this path instead of that one, don't do this, you might not enjoy that, do this. Like the little things, from the very, very small things to the bigger things. Listen, as you follow those little intuitions and guidance systems, messages that you receive, you'll find that your path leads to the next and to the next in a more beautiful way. Just blossoms, evolves. Take a few more deep cleansing breaths. Breathe fully and deeply into your own personal intention or affirmation. As you're ready, slowly begin to bring your knees back in towards each other, nice and gentle. Easing your way out of this pose, just remove the blocks, blankets, bolster, whatever it is that you had under you. And just take it off to the side and make your way back down onto your back. Bring knees in towards each other, in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your legs. And maybe rock a little side to side. Now, take your hands on your knees and just take the knees away from you and in towards your belly. Just warming up nice and easy. Warming up those joints. So from here, knees back in towards your chest, and we're going to draw a big circle. Go all the way around. Massage your lower back and tailbone. Just tapping into and energizing your root chakra, at your tailbone, your grounding chakra, and your sacral center, your sensual, fluid, creative chakra. Warming up the belly as well. With each breath, breathing fully and deeply, maybe you can just sigh it out. Come back to center and pause. Switch directions with that circle. All the way around. Feel that energy of relaxation and presence. Just enjoying the fluidity in your body. Easing into your practice. Knees back to center. Take them wide away from each other and draw two circles. So take them down, around, back in towards each other, in towards your chest. And all the way around, warming up your inner and outer thighs, your hips. Coming back to center, switch directions with your two circles, going out, around, back in, down, out, back in. Enjoying this warming up and this beautiful releasing of tension here. Come back to center. Take arms out in T position with the knees in towards your chest. So now we're just going to lower, we're going to take the right knee over to the right, and then that left knee follows, lowering and closing the gap. Bring the knees stacked together. Shoulder blades on the mat as much as possible. And then knees come apart, come back to center, inhale, and lower the left knee to the left, and then the right knee stacks on top. And then take your gaze to the right. So now let's take that flow. Inhale at center, gaze up, and then gaze to the left to lower the knees to the right. Inhale at center, knees to the left, gaze to the right. So floating back and forth. Last time, both sides. So now when you find your knees over to the right, stay there, hold, breathe. Trying to keep your shoulder blades on the mat, but relaxing your whole body. See if you can scoot your knees a little closer towards your shoulder. Close your eyes. Relax in this beautiful belly twist. Now let's come back to center. Lower the knees to the left, gaze to the right. Scooching the knees up a little more if it's accessible. Relaxing. Enjoying this beautiful moment of relaxation and movement in the body and stillness in the body, stillness in the mind, connecting to your spirit, your soul. When you're ready, make your way back to center. Place your feet on the mat. And now, have your arms at your sides to start. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right side. We're coming into reclining pigeon. So for some of you, this might be your pose. If it's accessible, we're going to, just in this position with that left knee splayed out, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. And see if you can wrap your hands around that right thigh. If it feels good, you can even press your left elbow to your left inner thigh to open that up. But mostly, bring it in towards your chest. Relax. As you're here in this beautiful, relaxing pose, see if it feels good to rock a little side to side. Taking a deep breath, easing the tension, relaxing even more. Now with that right foot, pausing here, your right foot, become aware of your ankle and draw some circles with your right foot. Release any tension in your right ankle. Pause here and go in the opposite direction with your circle. Beautiful for the body, for the joints. Pause here and now just point and flex a few times. Oh, great for the calf, the shin. Settle in here, breathe. Relax the muscles. Maybe you lower that right foot down as you keep your knees in towards your chest. Feeling this across the whole outer thigh, the glutes, the hips. Easing into this, and then as you breathe, you might find you can bring it closer towards your chest. uncross the legs. Take a breath. Make your way to the other side. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Splaying that right knee out a little bit. And again, maybe you stay here. Or see if you can bring the knees in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around the left thigh now. Hold on to that leg. Perhaps using your right elbow pressing to your inner thigh. And maybe rock a little side to side. And now roll out your ankle, left ankle, drawing circles with your foot, pausing and going in the opposite direction, pausing here and point, flex a few times. Pause here, relax. If it feels good, and slightly lowering and relaxing that left leg more, lowering that foot a little so that you can just enjoy this pose. In Yin Yoga, it's all about relaxing the muscles, just stretching, no strengthening, just flexing, getting that flexibility rather, and just stretching and enjoying your muscles stretching and elongating. The longer you hold these poses, the more fluids are being released from the body. That wouldn't necessarily be released from the body if you just held for a couple of seconds, releasing cortisol, releasing the stress from the body. When you're ready, slowly release, uncross the legs. Take a breath, relax. Bringing these in towards your chest, rolling over to one side. So you can just rise up, come into a nice, easy seated pose. So legs are crossed. From here, just holding on to your knees or just relaxing the hands a little, we're going to roll out the shoulders, bringing one shoulder forward, up and back, easing the tension here, and keep doing that. My sweater is coming off. So release tension here. And as you're doing this, we're going forward, up and back. Ease off if you need to. Listen to those shoulders. And now we're going to switch directions. Bring them forward from the back. Switch directions with those shoulder rolls. And now come back to center and bring them forward, up and back at the same time. And now switch directions, go forward. Bring them back, up and forward. Modify where you need to. Maybe your whole arm wants to come into it, you know? Just listen. Forward and back. So now, inhale, arms out and up. And when you release, roll out the ankles. All right, ankles, these are wrists here. Roll out your wrists. Left do yoga. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So now let's just, we're gonna ease some more tension from the hips and draw some circles. So come forward, around to the right, round your spine, come over to the left. As you come forward, inhale, you come back, exhale. Coming forward, maybe you bring your shoulders into it. Breathing, enjoying, moving the spine as well, warming up that whole spinal column, your back. Come to center, switch directions with your circle. Just breathing deeply. We often go through our daily life with just short breaths. We really want to breathe deeply. Enjoy the fullness of our breath. So now, back to center. Take a breath. Relax the shoulders. From here, let's do some gentle head circles. So we're going to lower chin to chest. Start here, stay here, and just feel a beautiful stretch for the upper back and neck. Spine is nice and elongated. Gentle half circles. So we're bringing our head over to the right shoulder and then drop it down over to the left shoulder. Crescent moons. Bringing it down and up. Holding and pausing whenever you need or want. Inhale when you come to one shoulder. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. So now you can stay with half circles or see if you can go all the way around. Going to the right, back, and left, and down. One more time. And when you come back to center, just pause. Switch directions with your circle. Modify if you need to. So pause here, come back to center, chin to chest. Lifting head up into a neutral position. Deep breath. So let's take a nice inhale, arms out and up. Fold forward. Lower the hands down, walk them out. Lower the head, relax, breathe. Take 3 more cleansing breaths. Walking hands all the way back in. Take a nice inhale. Palms together, down for Namaste. So let's come into a beautiful pose where if your mat is facing me, that bottom knee, your left knee will be center to your mat. And we're going to cross that top knee over. Stack the knees. So press them on top of each other. And then have your feet next to your hips. Sits bones are grounded into the mat. So this is what our goal of the pose is. This might not be possible for half the people. So here's where you just modify. And you can lift the top knee up. You can have that foot flat on the mat. Do whichever variation works for you. Take a nice inhale. Arms come down at your sides and walk the hands out as you lean forward. Maybe lower the head. Breathe. And now, if it feels good for some of you, you can take the hands out in front and then relax. Ease into this. If you're extra flexible, you're deepening the pose. Breathe and relax. Hold here for a nice minute. Now, if you want to just find that relaxation in the pose, if you're folding forward, you can stack blankets, blocks. Maybe you want to relax more and just come and modify your blocks. So bring them to the height that works for you. Maybe you want to come down low, no blocks, or maybe you want to rest your head on the blocks. So that's a beautiful way of just finding a relaxation in your pose. Taking about 5 more cleansing breaths. Be mindful of your shoulders. Are they relaxed? Walking all the way back in. Take a nice inhale. And let's come into a twist. Taking that left hand close to the spine behind you. Right hand is crossing over your leg. You can take the forearm on the thigh, and if that leg is lifted, so maybe you use your upper arm and press into that thigh, or you can wrap your arm around the leg. So either way, so several options to honor the wisdom of your body, modifying where you need to. And then spine is straight, and then begin to open your heart out to the right, gazing out to the right or over your shoulder behind you. Take a few cleansing breaths. Breathe. Making your way back to center. Let's do a little counter stretch and turn to the left. Place your fingertips here, maybe lean forward a little bit. Come back to center. Uncross the legs. We're going to go to the other side, but extend the legs out if you need to. Just shake them out a little bit, and then we'll make our way to the other side. So now you want that right knee center line. Cross the left foot over. Your foot is either flat for that first option, or you can try to get the knees to stack a little or a lot. And I like to, they are stubborn with the fleshy parts of our bones here, so you can kind of push them together as long as you're not feeling any pain. It's just getting them adjusted and in that good alignment. Feet next to your hips if it's accessible. And then inhale, arms out and up, spine is straight. Exhale and fold forward. Walk the hands out. So you can either take them out to the side and walk them out as far as they will go. See if your sits bones are firmly into the mat, and then maybe take them out front. So several options. So take those couple of options and do which way works for you. If you have that leg up, you might only be able to lean forward a little, and then you're just breathing. And lower the head if you feel like you have that extra flexibility and you're folding forward. And we're just going to breathe, relax, connect to the breath. So even here, a beautiful breath to do is ocean breath, Ujjayi breath, where you constrict the throat, breathe only through the nose. And by doing that, it sounds sort of like a hiss sound in the back of your throat, sort of like. When you do that with your mouth closed, you're bringing more potent oxygen into your lungs, into your whole body. And it's calming for the central nervous system. So you're bringing in that beautiful prana life force energy, healing your body and relaxing. We're taking about 5 more cleansing breaths. Remember, you can take a block or 2 or blankets and stack them to rest on the blocks if you want to feel relaxation in this pose even more deeply. And when you're ready, taking the blocks away, rising up, take a breath, and let's twist. Left hand out behind you. Right hand or arm is crossing over your thigh or wrapping around that leg if you have it lifted in that other variation of this pose. So now spine is straight. Opening the heart to the left, gaze to the left, or over your shoulder behind you. Breathe, relax. Twists are so great for your spine, your back. If you have any spine or back issues, it's really helpful to add twists to your daily practice. When you're ready, come to the opposite side. Fingertips if you'd like, and just lean forward. Get a little bit of a counter stretch. And release. Uncross the legs. Extend them out. So now, let's just take our left leg out to the side. Bring the right foot in towards the ground. So now just turn your body, kind of aiming your navel towards your big toe. Take a nice inhale. Exhale and walk your hands out a little. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, walk them out. Inhale, extend, turn if you need to a little more towards that big toe, and walk your hands out. Hold the strap around the balls of your foot, the ball of your foot if you need to, and then you're holding the strap to hold this pose. And then if you're able to keep your spine nice and straight, have that good alignment of aiming your navel towards your big toe, feel free to hold on to the toes or the outsides of your foot. Lowering the head. Relax, breathe. Your option here is you can take your bolster, your blocks, whatever feels good. And as you're lowering down and deepening this pose, you might rest your head on your blocks, your bolster, maybe reaching for your toes still, just as a way to find comfort and ease. Because in Yin Yoga, again, you're not strengthening, you're not trying to work with the muscles in that way. You're stretching, easing your body into opening. And slowly release. So bring your blocks to the other side if you decide you want to use them again. And we'll switch sides. Left foot comes in towards the groin, and you're extending that right leg out to the side, off to the side a little. And spine is nice and straight. And we're going to turn now the navel aim towards the big toe. That's your intention. So you have that adjustment in that lower part of your body, keeping your spine nice and straight. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. So again, so you can modify this knee can be bent if you need to. And a lot of people are tight in their hamstrings, especially runners. So listen to that. Modify where you need to. Inhale, extend, and maybe you're turning and adjusting your body even more towards your big toe. Spine is still straight. Inhale, extend. Exhale, surrender. Hold on to the toes or the outsides of your feet if that feels good. Or again, maybe soften the legs. So you want to make sure it's not on your knee if you're doing the bolsters and the block option. Lowering that forehead on your blocks, finding some comfort and relaxation and ease in your pose. Take deep cleansing breaths, ocean breath if you like. Just relaxing, finding the peace in every pose. Even if the pose has challenge points, enjoy the challenge points, surrender to it, and find the peace there. There's peace in the chaos, and we don't have to be of the chaos. We can just be aware of it, observe, find where we can add our own light when we can, and then just be the observer, the peaceful observer with that peaceful vibration. Did you know in a room, the strongest vibration wins? And that doesn't necessarily mean strongest physically or a larger, bigger, more muscular person, it means the strongest vibration. Be strong in your peace, your light. There is strength in that vulnerable, peaceful place. And if you find you can extend your spine even straighter or deepen the pose after a minute or two, do that. Adjust your body if you've gotten out of alignment, of course. Relax the shoulders. Take those little changes in your body that shift the pose for you. Breathe and relax. And let's slowly release. Rise up. Come back to center. Bring the knees in. Just rock on your tailbone for a minute, kind of rounding the spine, just to get it back to a neutral place with a little bit of a counter stretch. So now, let's make our way to table. From table, so we're going to make sure we have our blocks nearby. From table. Actually, you know what? We're in table pose, and this is going to feel so good. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Let's do a few moving cats. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone, chin to chest. And take this moving cat's flow back and forth. Inhale, open. Exhale, Halloween cat. It's almost Halloween here. Come back to center. And then just sway the hips left and right. The shoulders can move, curving the spine, maybe gazing out behind you, bringing your spine back to a beautiful, warmed up but neutral place, moving it in all directions. So now, let's take our right foot forward, in between our hands, runner's lunge. So in runner's lunge, scooch that back knee as far back as it will go for you. Your knee is still on the mat. Front knee over ankle. To start, walk the foot out to the side a little bit. Take your hands to the inside of that front leg. We're going to come into lizard pose. So in lizard pose, we're going to come down to forearms. So have your blocks nearby if you're not able to take your forearms to the mat. First, splay that right knee out to the side. Come onto the outside of your right foot. Then when you lower to forearms, it might be just a smidge easier. You can scooch that back knee back further. So you're not really having a lot of weight on your back knee either. So here's where your blocks come in. You can take your forearms onto your block or both. You can do blocks for your forearms and a block for your head here in your lizard pose. So hold here. Breathe. Enjoy this beautiful opening in the hips, inner and outer thighs are just beautifully opening and stretching that hip. One of my favorite poses. You can even rock a little side to side and then relax. Hold. Placing the block or blankets under your head and your forearms helps you find relaxation in the different parts of your body that feel like they want to strengthen. And this is a beautiful pose when you do want to do that. And in yoga and in Yin Yoga, say that 5 times fast. You want to relax those parts of your body that are normally strengthening. Relax the head, release the tension. Find ways that ease certain parts of your body so you can just stretch the other parts of your body. So your option here is to stay right there, breathe, or come up onto your hands, and then maybe you take your right hand to your right thigh so you can twist, gaze out behind you. Take a few breaths here. Come back to center wherever you are, and come back to table. And bending the knees close together, slide back child's pose. Extend the arms, rest the forehead on the mat, relax. If it feels like it's hard to breathe here, widen your knees to help you expand the lungs. Releasing tension in the lower back area in your child's pose. You can always place a block or a blanket under your head in child's pose if it feels like it's just too low for you here. Slowly rise up. So from here, we have to go to the other side, be balanced on both sides of our body. So we're going to take that left foot forward, grab it, push it, pull it, however you get it up there. Lowering the hips down, lower than the heart. Scooch that back leg further back if that feels good. If you're extra open in your hips, that'll feel really good. Make sure to start, front knee is over your ankle, 90-degree angle, right? And then you can walk that foot out to the side and enter two. Splay the left knee out to the side, come onto the outside of that left foot. And then we'll lower down to forearms, either on the mat or on your blocks. You rock a little side to side. Adjust the pose so it feels like you can relax. So again, you're stacking blocks, blankets, resting your head, resting the forearms on your blocks, and opening. Breathe. Press your hands into the mat, remove the blocks, knee comes back over ankle. And let's just step back into our table pose. So from here, we're going to come down onto our belly. So extend the legs out, come down onto your belly and come into Sphinx pose. So pressing on your forearms, make sure the elbow is under your shoulder. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and then gaze forward. Make sure if you're gazing kind of up, if you have that intention that you have the joint on the back of your neck, so there's still the natural curve in your neck. So it's not just cranking up and causing a lot of pain over time in the neck. You're gazing forward and up, neck is elongated. And now shine your heart forward. Feel that beautiful stretch all along the front part of your body. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, remember, and breathe. From here, you can adjust so that you can lean onto your right arm, your right forearm. Bring the left foot in. Hold on to that left foot. If all you have is the reach, then you can stay with the reach or stay in your Sphinx pose. Holding onto that foot, you can hold on to the toes, the top of the foot, bring it further in. Beautiful, beautiful stretch. You'll feel this in the top of your thigh, your quad. This is also great for your kidneys. Release. And now we're going to go to the other side. So shift to that left form, bend that right foot, hold on to the right foot, toes, or stay in your Sphinx pose. Maybe you're gazing out behind you even. Taking cleansing breaths. Sending your breath to where you feel that beautiful stretch. Even visualizing your breath as white, healing light energy, going to where the stretch is happening, assisting it in beautifully stretching, beautifully opening, elongating, and healing. Slowly release. Taking your hands under your shoulders, you can bring your feet together if that feels good. Elbows are in towards your ribs. Inhale, exhale, inhale. One more time. Press into the mat. Come up into an up dog. So this is an up dog variation where your wrists are not quite under your shoulders. Um, just relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take 2 or 3 more cleansing breaths. When you're ready, lower back down. And now press up, round your spine, slide back, child's pose. Take your hands to your feet. Relax. Take a few breaths here. Ease the tension in the lower back. And round your spine, roll up, come into a seated position. So we're going to come into a nice hero pose. The goal of this pose, take the feet out to the sides of your hips and rest. You can separate your knees if that feels better. Find where it feels good, closer or further away with those knees. And then scooch down so the feet are outside the hips, and now your sits bones are on the mat. And this will feel more intense in the legs. Have your bolster, have your blocks if you need to, and then maybe your bolster comes behind you. So when you lean back, so here you're going to take your hands out behind you, lean back a little or a lot. And if you have a really big bolster, that'll really help you relax here at a higher. You can add more pillows if it's too low, if it's a smaller bolster. So as you lower down, you can lower onto the mat if you have that flexibility, only if you're not feeling pain. If you're feeling pain, you're going to ease off of this and listen to your knees, listen to your body. Scooching the arms at your sides if you're able to lower all the way down. Taking deep cleansing breaths, sending your breath to where the stretch is really happening in your body, in your legs. Now, if you need to, you can come out into a seated position so that you can take a block under your sits bones and then just stay in that position, seat in a seated variation where you're lifted up, but you're still working with your body, with where your body is. So it's all about allowing your body to tell you where you can be now. Don't get your ego into it and feel like you need to push yourself into a pose. That will cause injury. You need to allow your body to ease into each pose. Allow yourself to be where you're at, knowing we have no control. So just enjoy where you are now. Enjoy that journey towards the pose. Whenever it comes, surrender to whenever your body's ready for it. You have to prepare your body. If it's never done a pose like this, you're going to modify. So prepare your body. And so that will look sort of like, you can use a bolster too and just sit up on the bolster if you have that, or place the blocks. So there's one option. So take about 3 more cleansing breaths for whichever variation you are in this pose. When you're ready. Slowly coming out of the pose, remove the blocks, blankets. So now bring the feet together. Curl the toes under. So you're on the bottom parts of your toes. And you're going to sit back on your heels. So if you've never done this, this might be feel a little intense for you. So ease off when you need to. So here you can even place blankets under your sits bones in between you and the heels if you need to. So what you're doing is you're sitting on the heels. Remove the pinkies if they're curling in. They like to curl in. You're tapping into all 6 main meridian lines of your whole body just by sitting here. And you're also giving your feet extra attention that they don't always get by allowing them to stretch, your toes to stretch, your bottoms of your feet to stretch. So while we're here in this beautiful pose, and when you need to come out, come on to the tops of your feet for counter pose. We're going to work on our wrists. So first, take your arm out about shoulder height. Palm is facing out away from you. Bring those 4 fingers in towards your body. So feel a beautiful stretch all along this whole part of your arm. It's a beautiful stretch. And then we're going to take that thumb now, can't forget the thumb, and bring that in. And let's go to the other arm. Palm faces out. Arm is about shoulder height. Bring those 4 fingers in towards your body and breathe. Spine is straight. These stretches are so great if you have arthritis, wrist issues like carpal tunnel, or if you like do a lot of computer work or a lot of down dogs and chaturangas. Now let's grab that thumb, pull that in. So now have the palm facing in towards your body. Press the outside of your hand in. And come on to the tops of your feet if you haven't already and sit back. Palm faces in, opposite hand now. Press the back of the hand, bring it in. And release. So hold on to one wrist. Squeeze it really, really tight. This should feel so good. And squeeze the opposite wrist. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So now let's extend the arms out, spread the fingers wide. And now down towards the floor. Bring the fingers and thumbs together. And then bend the elbows, bend the wrists, bring those hands in towards your body. So, what is it? The T-Rex, sort of like that. So, T-Rex pose. Extend and open the hands, bring them in towards your body. Inhale, exhale. One more time. And now let's just draw some figure eights with those wrists. Releasing any more extra tension there. Ooh. Place your left hand on the mat. Inhale the right arm up and over, side bend, open. Other side. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. And back to center. So come to your mat and have your block or blocks nearby. Lower down, one vertebra at a time. Walk your feet in, walking distance apart. Arms are at your sides, palms facing down. So the heels are going to scrape your fingertips. That's where you want your feet to be. And now just rock your hips up and down, kind of rocking on your tailbone, easing any tension in the lower back. Very subtle pelvic tilts. Now, lift. So we're going to press into the feet, lift the hips up as high as they will go. Bridge pose. Elongate the neck, never look left or right. Just watching the rise and fall of your belly here. And with your breath, and roll out one vertebra at a time. Deep breath, rock. Press into your feet, lift, take a block or two, place it under your lower back, under that sacrum. And then when you have it in that right position, lower down onto the block so it's not moving. Then relax your shoulders. In a restorative bridge pose like this, you can have your arms at your sides, palm facing up. Close your eyes, relax. So now you have the option to stay right here or walk the feet out a little farther. And now you might decide that you'd prefer to have two blocks if you want to choose this option so that you feel like there's more support in the lower back. Or you can stack your blocks so that they are at the right height and you're doing the wider version. And then walk the feet out even more. You can even do this with a bolster instead of your blocks, your choice. Relax. We'll take about 3 to 5 more cleansing breaths here. Such a healing pose for your body, your back. When you're ready, begin to walk the feet back in. If you took that variation, press into your feet. Remove the blocks. Lower down one vertebra at a time. Knees in towards your chest. Give them a hug. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Point your nose towards your knee. Get a nice ball going here. Lower back down. So from here, extend the right leg straight out. Bring that left knee in towards your chest, or keep it in there towards your chest. And then we're going to guide the left knee across and over the body to the right, resting on the mat or a block or two so that you feel like you can rest there. Shoulder blades on the mat as much as possible. Then you can open up and extend the arms out shoulder height. Feel free to take that right hand on your left leg if it feels comfortable to hold it there in that twist. You can even take your right leg, left knee, and then you can take your left foot around that right knee so you can hook it. If that feels comfortable in this twist, take a few breaths, gazing up or over your shoulder behind you. If it feels good, you can take a bound scissor twist here, and that is just bending the right knee, bringing that foot up and in so that you can take your left hand and wrap around the foot. A little extra variation if it's accessible, if it feels good in your body now. Honor the wisdom of your body always. This is your class. When you're ready, we're going to ease out of this pose and go to the other side. So let's extend the left leg out, bend the left knee or right knee in towards your chest. When you're ready, take the right knee across and over the body. Now to the left. You can rest it on the block, on the mat. It can hover. Extend right arm out shoulder height, holding on to that right thigh if that feels good. Gaze up or over your shoulder behind you. As you close your eyes, just surrender more deeply into this twist. As you're ready, maybe a bound scissor twist. So you bend the left knee and reach for the left foot with your right hand. Slowly release. Make your way back to center. Come into a beautiful Shavasana pose. Legs are extended. Feet splaying out to the side so that they're just not touching anything. They're nice and relaxed. Arms are at your sides. Not touching your sides so you're too close in, but they're relaxed. Palms facing up. Make sure there's a natural curve in the neck so your head is relaxed. Your chin is not higher than your forehead. You're just relaxed. Easing into a final resting pose, allowing every muscle to just melt into the mat. From your head down to your toes, sending beautiful relaxation through your whole body. Softening, softening, softening. Allowing every breath to take you deeper and deeper into relaxation. if you have the time, staying here for an extended Shavasana, pausing the video, enjoying a beautiful meditation. As you're ready, allow your awareness to come back more fully into this room, into your body, wiggling fingers and toes. Taking a deep breath. Bend your knees. Rolling over to the right side. Coming into a nice fetal position. Relaxing. For just a few more moments here. As you're ready, press your hands into the mat and slowly rise up. So come back into our easy seated pose. Legs crossed, eyes closed, palms facing up on the knees. Inhale, arms out and up. Palms together, bring them down to your heart. May the universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And may you always see the sacred, hear the invisible, and know the divine. Namaste.